Check this out. I am very excited about this because I have never had one of these before to eat. This is called the Indigo Milky. It's one of the Lactarius, part of the Lactarius group of mushrooms. I'll show you why they're called that. If you can maybe tell by the name Lactarius, you can hear the lactose root in there. That's why they're called Milkies. And they tend to grow like this, in sort of a funnel. They'll start out more of a flat-capped mushrooms when they're smaller, but as they grow bigger, larger, the edges of the cap reach upward and leaving the depression in the middle. This is why we got a bunch of rain yesterday. You can see the water gathering in the middle there. As far as I know, this is the only blue mushroom that I know of, at least that grows around here. There may be some in other parts of the world. They have a bit of a sticky, slimy when it's wet, turns a little sticky when it's a little drier, the cap. So I'm just trying to get some of this leaves off it. Go ahead and cut it. Look at that, isn't that cool? Look at that bright blue. What they call milk. Now on some of the other Lactarius species, you can see my video if it's up on the voluminous latex milky. It bleeds a white milk, as does the peppery milky. But these actually bleed the blue milk. Watch this when I cut the gills. No, it's not bleeding out that prominently. If I touch it, you can see I got it on my fingers. That is so cool. This is a very good edible mushroom. Very good. From what I hear, I've never had one, like I said. Now, one of the cool things you can do, which we'll probably do tonight, just to show you on the video, is you can mix it into scrambled eggs, and it will turn your scrambled eggs green, just because of the blue nature of the mushroom. So, we'll check that out. That'll be pretty cool. There's actually, I noticed, a couple more over here. If I can find them without stepping on them, here we go. Oh yeah, there's one I didn't even see under the leaves there. Another one right here. That is really cool. I'm excited about this. So I'll give you one more shot of these Indigo Milkies. Semi cleaned up. I tried to pick off all the leaves and debris off them. I'm gonna run them under the water and just give them one more rinse before we eat them. I really like how they sort of have that roll when they're young. They kind of roll out and then eventually open up. And they're just a really cool colored mushroom. It's I wish I could find one that grew up not under the leaves, because that's where this discoloration comes from. That's where the leaves, like I said, they tend to have a really slimy when wet, but sticky when dry cap to it. So the leaves really stick to that, and they kind of discolor it a little bit. But it's just a beautiful mushroom. I love the sort of ring pattern that it gets with the light and dark blue. And of course the bright underside. Cut one open. See that bright blue flesh and that blue milk just oozing out. It's pretty interesting. Cut these guys up. Super blue, juicy flesh. They're kind of a firm fleshed mushroom. Kind of chunky toward the middle there. Rather slippery. So once you start cutting into them, and all that blue juice out. This one here had some bad area on it. I'm just gonna cut that out. Probably put to there. The rest of it's pretty good, so actually I might cut a little bit more of that off. There's the ones I'm gonna cook in the eggs. That one I'm gonna cook by itself just to see what they taste like on their own. To give it more color and more variety, I threw some chanterelles, both yellow and cinnabar chanterelles. Cut up a few gem-studded puffballs and even threw in a fawn mushroom. This is going to be pretty mushroomy. Just cooking up the mushrooms first, just a little bit, and some coconut oil. And we're about to add the eggs. Adding the eggs. We'll see what happens here with the Indigo Milkies. Seems like the eggs are starting to turn a little green. I'm going to add in some tomatoes as well, because we like tomatoes.
Me.
Well, here's what we got. It didn't really turn the eggs all that green. Maybe because we cooked the mushrooms a little bit first before adding the eggs. That's the way we generally do it. But with the, I don't know if we sort of cooked the blue juice enough so that it didn't mix into the eggs that much when we added the eggs. I bet if we did it right in the beginning, added the eggs with the fresh milkies, it would have been more green. But regardless, I bet it's still going to be delicious. Okay, time for Shay to try Indigo Milky from the eggs. Well,
It sort of had an interesting, like a pepperminty, half pepperminty, half I don't know what it is, taste, but I most of all liked it. It was just sort of weird.
okay, good. Okay, I'm gonna try this Milky just by itself. See how they taste just on their own with a little butter and salt. Sure is a beautiful mushroom. Wish I could somehow preserve the beauty. I guess that's what making the video does. I don't really know how long to cook these, depending on the mushroom. Some you cook longer than others. This is a pretty firm fleshed mushroom, which makes me think it could probably handle a little more cooking than some of the more delicate ones. But I think we're getting about there. Here goes. Really, really good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to describe the flavor. It's not Not a typical mushroom flavored, I don't think. But I don't know how to describe it. But very good. You'll have to try it for yourself.